and thank you for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your November 2020 tarot card reading. Really honoured that you're sharing your space with me here for this video. If you would like to check out your free 3-card tarot reading, you can do so by clicking on the link down beneath this video, or indeed reach out to myself for a live one-to-one reading. But without further ado, let's get into this month and see what information holds for your specific zodiac sign. Hello Aries, and thank you so much for joining me for your November monthly tarot card reading. Let's see what's in the mix for you this month then, lovely Aries. Okay, so, well, we've got 2 cards that come up in your present situation that have flown out, so we're going to read them both. We have the 10 of Swords, first of all. And then here we have the 8 of Pentacles. The 10 of Swords is very much about moving forwards from a very difficult situation. Now, this isn't to say that you are going to be jumping for joy, Aries, at this point, because the 10 of Swords still holds with it some challenges. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of times this can be recovering something. So recovering from something like a toxic relationship or some family trauma or an addiction of some kind. So you're really, learning from your past at this point. And that kind of really coincides with this card, with the 8 of Pentacles, because this is very much about learning, very much about getting your teeth into some kind of new study. So it could be that you're reading a lot of information at the moment that's going to help you on your path, particularly your spiritual journey. But whatever new skills that you learn, this is only going to benefit you. So arm yourself with information is the beginning of this month's message for you, Aries. Now, the card that is blocking you here is the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords, again, isn't the most easy card. This is about feeling like something has been taken from you. It can very often represent a theft of some kind. So this could be some kind of monetary deviant the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, or it could be that someone is slandering you in some way. This could be about around your career. Equally, it could be that somebody's draining your energy, taking your energy. Is there someone around you who leans on you a lot emotionally? Or swords are to do with the mental plane, with air. So you could be feeling like you're getting a little bit frustrated with somebody who keeps moaning, basically. Now, there's no harm in having a moan. We all need to vent, but are they doing something about that to change their situation? Or are you the one that's constantly picking up the slack, Aries? You may need to put your foot down with this person, is what's coming up for me. Now, we're going to have a look at your foundation card next, Aries, because this is what your life is built upon at the moment. And this, this is interesting for this to come up, because this is the 8 of Cups. So you have your second 8 of your spread so far. And the 8 of Cups is about moving forwards emotionally. But unlike the 10, which is about, coming to the end of a difficult cycle, the 8 has a more jolly, uplifting feel to it. You're moving forwards, but with more clarity about what direction you're going in now. And I think you deserve a lot of credit, Aries, because you have done the learning, those life skills to set you in good stead for this move forward. So if you are leaving a relationship or a job that no longer serves you, just know that you're not doing this just off the cuff. You have put some thought into your actions. Your past card that comes up is the Page of Pentacles. This is a youth usually, or someone who has a very young way about them, typically with their finances. So they're maybe not so frugal. This is kind of the character who has inherited some kind of business from their parent or grandparent, and they might be splashing the cash a little bit too freely because they haven't quite yet learned the value of how to look after their finances. So it could be that you relate to this in some ways in your youth. Perhaps, maybe there was a little bit of debt you got into because you were having a good time or trying to get your life together. But again, I think there's a lot of lessons that have been learned from this, and you're moving into an area now where you're a lot more stable in the way that you see your resources and where you invest them. So the card next is going to be your spiritually crowning card. So this is your spiritual message, which is the Five of Cups. Again, another emotional card. The Five of Cups, though, really represents feeling as though you're missing out on something. If we think that these three cups are spilt over, and it's that old saying, you know, crying over spilt milk, something hasn't worked out, you missed out on an opportunity, or you feel you've made the wrong turn or the wrong decision. But what this spiritual card is telling you is that there are two more cups that are full. So don't spend too much time this month, Aries, thinking about what could have been. Allow yourself to think what is still to come. And I know that that might sound a bit cheesy, but that is what's spiritually coming into you at the moment. Not letting yourself get too hung up on what has passed. Your immediate future for this month is the Four of Swords. You might feel a little bit exhausted at times this month because the Four of Swords, it is about just feeling a bit drained, like you need to sleep, like you need to cry. Let those tears out. The more we keep that anger and frustration and just feeling distraught inside, it will find ways to bubble for all of us. And what this card is asking you to do is to spend some time this month in quiet reflection. Grieve if you need to. Reach out for some professional support if you need to, but there's definitely a need to take it a little bit easy and be gentle on yourself. Your state of mind for this month, Aries, is the King of Cups. Again, emotional. So I feel like the spread so far is quite balanced because you've got the earthly matters of the Pentacles. You're very much in the mental plane of the Swords here, but there is that emotion as well. The King of Cups is somebody who is very kind, very generous, very giving, and very forgiving. And because this is your state of mind, I feel like this represents you, even though this is a water sign. I do feel like this represents the way you're feeling in your mind, like there's something that's softening within you. I feel like a lot of, if any bitterness or anger will slowly start to dissolve the more you give yourself time. So your outside influence is another 10, but this time it's a happy 10 because this is the 10 of Cups. This represents harmony within your family, within your work, within your friendships and relationships with all kinds of people. It's feeling that you're full of the joys of life, and this could be an outside person who really helps you out this month, Aries, or just lets you know how important and how loved you are. And that could be something that you really do need to hear this month. We all need a bit of that tender loving care, and it's not always about being the giver. It is about being the receiver as well. Your hopes and fears for this month, you have the Queen of Cups reversed. So as a hope, I kind of feel like you're wanting more emotional security to come into your situation. The Queen of Cups is about, it's kind of that motherly love. It's feeling supported. It's very feminine. It's very receptive. It's just feeling like you're cared for. And I think a fear, because it is reversed, is that, Aries, are you feeling a little bit at the moment that people are taking you for granted, that they don't care about you? That might not be the truth, but it could be how you're feeling. And that's very, very sensitive. So again, going back to that Four of Swords, just please be gentle with yourself. You are loved. You're loved by the divine, and you must always hold on to that. We're going to have a look at your outcome now for the month of November, Aries, and we have Death reversed. So I feel like this is all coming to the end of a difficult cycle. There are still some loose ends to tie up, and maybe you're not quite ready to walk away from a relationship or a situation that's toxic, but you're making the steps and at least you're thinking about it. Death is about transformation. It's about moving forwards. Reversed, it could be saying, again, that maybe you're not quite ready to take that leap of faith yet, but the seeds have been planted in how you can change your life in some way. So I feel the major messages for this month, Aries, are just to be gentle with yourself, be calm, stand your ground, and think about what it is you really want your future to look like. So there you have your monthly tarot card reading for November 2020. Thank you again for sharing your space with me throughout this video. If you'd like to check out your free 3-card tarot reading, once more you can do so by clicking the link down beneath this description box. But thank you so much for joining me. And until we speak again next month, take care, stay safe, and many blessings. Alyssa.